What do we want to talk about today?
I was hoping to go through diet stuff because we haven't really touched on that.
So
Yep.
when you say diet stuff, what do you mean by that? What
Oh,
exactly is your...
because I just want your take on it, on it, and advice on that because, like, I'll eat something at about 8 in the morning, and by 10:30, sometimes I'm really starving again, which doesn't make sense. It's not enough time.
What time are you starving? 10.
10:30ish.
Okay.
I really should be going 4 hours, but it doesn't happen like that.
Okay. So what's kind of do you have a concern that you are hungry at 10 o'clock?
Yeah, I've tried even like eating more at 8, but it doesn't. Some days it doesn't matter. It just seems to be like ping. It's time to get something to eat now.
And why do you have a concern to eat at 10 o'clock if you're hungry?
When I was doing that biochemistry course that I was writing, it said when you because every time you eat something like that, you will stimulate insulin.
Yeah.
So it said it's actually best not to. It's best to wait 4 hours so that you're starting to use up the stored glycogen and stuff.
Right.
Otherwise, you'll eat something and then you'll just stimulate insulin again, which starts storing fat. So that then when I sort of read all that, I thought, okay, so you really should be waiting 4 hours in between, but I don't know. It doesn't seem to work with me. I did have, years ago, I had a problem with blood sugar levels. I think it was stress related.
Okay.
But I don't get that now. I used to get quite shaky and get a headache and that. I just get hungry, like, your stomach's rumbling and you're going, actually, I really need to eat something. So,
okay. So let's say you wouldn't have had that course that you did and you didn't read that. What would be your thoughts to eat when you are hungry?
Oh, no. Yeah, definitely eat when you're hungry, especially after having anorexia. My body doesn't like to get into that overly hungry state. So, no, psychologically, I'm going, no, I do need to eat. I just wondered what your experience is with it, because you obviously have seen more people than I have. Is it an issue with insulin, and can you end up insulin resistant?
Well, I guess for me, like how I approach it, instead of telling you what you need to do, which that kind of course did, you realize, well, that's actually not working for me.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So kind of at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I say. Like, let's say I tell you you shouldn't be eating at 4, and then you would think, but I'm hungry.
Yeah, I mean, it's not... Because I look at your stuff on binge eating and that, and I don't binge eat. I don't eat for comfort. I actually go the other way, that sort of thing. So when I'm hungry, I actually need to eat something. So no, I was just curious on your take on that. If I try and eat more earlier on, I just end up feeling quite ill. It doesn't work. So,
yeah. Okay, so what I understand is, and I will tell you my take, but what I would like to, I guess, before my encouragement is always, before we listen to someone else, it doesn't matter what their opinion is, our body knows it better. Your body knows better than I do. I don't know your body, right?
Yeah.
So if you are hungry, I understand, well, you say, well, I actually need to eat. And because I have had that, I have that background of anorexia, my body really doesn't like it. So that's the message there. But I also understand that where it's coming from for you, the question, shall I or shall I not, is mainly, am I going to gain weight? Is that right?
Yeah, ultimately, yeah.
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 Okay, so now let's think about this. When our body goes into a starvation mode, which it sounds like because you're really, really hungry. So what it does is our cortisol levels, the stress hormone, goes up. And what do we do when the stress hormone is elevated and we eat? We start storing body fat.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
So we don't want that. We want to tell our body at all times, food is coming, there is no food scarcity, you are safe.
Yep.
Yeah, but when we're fighting with that and our body says, I am really hungry, and you're saying, no, but that horse said to me, I shouldn't be eating. Then the body goes into that starvation mode and it starts storing body fat.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right? So at the end of the day, again, it doesn't really matter what I say, what is right thing or wrong, because at the end of the day, there is none. The right thing is what your body needs. But what I hear is, well, the ultimate fear is to gain weight. It's kind of like, am I going to eat too much? Well, then we're talking about, all right, okay, let's look at the portion sizes, and also kind of if you're not overeating and you know when you overeat, then your body will not store body fat.